Welcome back to the junk room. Not junk room. Welcome back to the junk hotel room, guys. It's me, the Junkman. How many times am I going to start a video with that joke until it gets funny? How many times? Tell me, how many times? Anyway, first I want to apologize for getting this Wednesday video up so late. Honestly, I sat here and I made a video, talked to the camera and everything, started editing it. It was horrible. I don't know. I just didn't feel comfortable uploading it. So I'm going to do it again. This time I'm going to do it a little different. This time I'm just going to show you pictures while I talk over it. Because it's not as fun talking in this hotel room as it is when I'm in the junk room. That's a lot more fun. But before that, again, if you want to support this channel, head over to patreon.com. Links in the description below. There you'll get some cool stuff and you get to interact with me, the Junkman. Where else can you do that besides Patreon and Twitter and maybe our Facebook account that nobody really goes to? If you want to support the channel, head over to patreon.com. If you don't want to do that, just go to starwarsjunk.net or thatjunkman.com and buy a couple of t-shirts. They're really cool. Don't worry, it doesn't have my ugly mug on it. It's just some cool pop culture, clothes, retail stores. A lot of cool shirts. Check it out. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, we're going to go over some unreleased action figure lines. Now, I'm not going to go into figure lines that maybe got canceled before Series 2 or planned things that came out in an action figure line. This is more action figures that were planned but never released. I'm going to throw up the pictures here so you don't have to look at this ugly face while I talk over some of these. Now, before I get started, so I don't forget, a big shout out to my friends over at Mego Museum. Love these guys. Great website. Check it out. And another one, Stallion. I'm going to put the link in the description below to both of these. These guys cover a lot of stuff, especially for the 70s and 80s toys. Check them out. Helped a lot with this video. For these two websites, I really wanted to make sure I gave a shout out before I started so I didn't forget. Anyway, let's take a look. We'll start off with probably the most famous unreleased line, and that's figures based on the 1979 film Alien. As you can see here, they were going to be about the size of the Star Wars action figures. Now, Kenner did release a 18-inch Alien. However, it didn't sell that well, so the smaller line was canceled. As you know, this was a rated R movie, so it was very hard to reach kids with an action figure line like this. Funko and Super 7 did re-release these a few years ago using the same molds as part of their reaction line, but this is action figure line I would have loved to have seen. Now here's one that's probably one of the dumbest planned action figure lines there is, Dallas action figures. This was planned by Mego, you know, the same company that turned down Star Wars, the same company that released the Love Boat action figures. Well, they were going to release Dallas action figures. Now, apparently they also released some board games and card games and some other Dallas merchandise that didn't sell very well. So that canceled this action figure line, which I can say might be a good thing. What kid wants to sit around and reenact old deals gone bad between JR and Bobby Ewing? Another planned action figure line from Mego that I think would have been a very cool line is action figures based on the 80s cartoon Thundar the Barbarian. Thundar the Barbarian. Now, I'll be honest with you, I never watched this cartoon. To me, it always seemed like a He-Man ripoff. Now, I'm not saying the cartoon was bad or good. Just at the time, I was a one-trick kind of guy. I watched He-Man, so that's all I watched. But I know a lot of kids that loved this show back in the 80s. I think this figure line would have done good. I couldn't really find out any information exactly why the line was canceled, but the line was planned right about the time Mego was having financial problems and went bankrupt, so I'm sure that probably played into this not being released. Another one by Mego that was planned but never released was Logan's Run action figures based on the TV series. However, due to low ratings for that television series, the show was canceled after about 11 episodes. So, Mego canceled the planned action figure line. Hasbro canceled the Dark Crystal line. I'm not really sure why this line was canceled. The film was a very successful film, and I think an action figure line based on this movie would have been good. You had a lot of possibilities with the action figures. However, for some reason it was canceled, and it got far into the production. We have more than just prototypes. The figures actually got placed on cards, but never released. Now here's one I definitely would have loved as a kid. Action figures based on the television series V. If you don't remember V back in the 80s, man, it was awesome. It first premiered as a television movie, and then a year later they brought it back as a TV series. Sadly, it only lasted for one season. Once the television series failed, LJN canceled the line. Sad. I would have loved these. LJN did release a 12-inch Alien V figure with removable skin. Now, probably one of the coolest action figure lines that we didn't get. Galoob's The Last Starfighter. Oh, I would have loved these. I love The Last Starfighter. Truth is, I was probably a little older and getting out of action figures by the time the movie came out, but this might have brought me back to the toy store. I love The Last Starfighter, and to have these action figures would have been cool. Why didn't you give it to us, Galoob? Come on, Funko, bring them back in a reaction line, please. Whew, that's some cool looking action figures, right? Some of those I really love to have seen. Sorry, I would never have bought that Dallas line probably, but hey, my sister might have. So was there some action figure lines of these that you would love to have bought as a kid? Is there any movies or TV show you would have loved to have as an action figure line back when you were a kid, back in the 70s and 80s? Hell, if you're a kid of the 90s or the 2000s, if you wanted those Hannah Montana action figures, let me know that in the comment too. I'm not just making videos for us old farts, I'm making videos for everybody. So there's something in the 90s. Maybe you wanted a Seinfeld action figure line or a News Radio action figure line and never got it. Let me know in the comments below. And again, thank you for watching. Click that bell, wherever it is. I'm not really sure, not even sure what it does. I've never clicked it myself, but everyone says to click that bell. Subscribe to the channel so make sure you don't miss any of the videos. And hit thumbs up, share this video, tell your friends about the Junkman. We'll be back again with another video really quick. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.